You want to know who's not going to miss an open shot at his teammate? Joel Embiid. Slick Rick is back with us. Marcel, kick it off for us, big dog.
Yeah.
Do the Sixers have a Ben Simmons problem?
Absolutely. You just saw by those responses right there, they have a Ben Simmons problem. But more importantly, Ben Simmons has a Ben Simmons problem as well. Ben Simmons is this close to perfection in terms of what he was given as God-given talents and gifts and what he's worked on, which has been an enhancement on those gifts, no matter what you want to say about the guy. No one rolls out the bed and just because they're tall and they can dribble can still turn into Ben Simmons. You don't believe me? Go check out your local FedEx and UPS driver. Maybe they could have rolled out of bed and been that same thing. Doesn't happen that way. Let's talk about who Ben Simmons really is. He reminds me of me when I was at my peak powers. Why do I bring that up? Because you're so close to perfection. What's stopping you from closing the gap of being a 99 player? Because nobody out there is 100, even Kevin Durant. But why don't you close from where you are, Ben Simmons, to being a 99 rated player? I remember when I was rated 93, and I tried my damnedest to try to get to 99. But you know what? I fell short. That's the problem with Ben Simmons right now. We're not seeing him try his damnedest to be a 99-rated player. So, as Coach used to say, when people get rewarded in this world for not necessarily doing all they can, no need to whole-ass it when you can half-ass it and get what you want. And it looks like Ben Simmons in this situation is not fully, I want to see Acho's face right now, fully giving his all to be all he can be. So until Ben Simmons finds himself in a place where he wants it as well as everyone sees it, then he can close that gap.
Yeah, the Philadelphia 76ers have a Ben Simmons problem, but they also have a lot of problems. Ben Simmons is just one of them. The idea that Ben Simmons alone is the reason that they are not advancing to a championship is flawed. They have the third most expensive roster in the entire league. And while Ben Simmons has demonstrated that, for whatever reason, doesn't want to develop a free throw shooting form, doesn't want to develop a jump shot, is really a power forward masquerading in a point guard's position. Wow. But you've got Tobias Harris, who's supposed to be your go-to guy, only you can't go to him. A lot of this comes down to the fact that they've had 4 different GMs in the last 5 years. It is an oddly built team, and it's built for a fan base that, quite honestly, is delusional, thinking that the process has created a championship caliber roster. Okay. So the expectations are through the roof. Philadelphia 76ers have some talent. Joel Embiid is a talent, without question. But as we've seen throughout not just these playoffs, but throughout the playoffs in the history of the NBA, it's how those pieces fit together that matters. And these pieces simply don't. Individually, they all look good. And you can say regular season, they were great. Regular season is different than the playoffs. Completely different. And they've been exposed on that front. So Ben Simmons, yes, he is who he is. But he's not the only piece that is flawed about these Philadelphia 76ers.
Everybody is taking the last 24 hours to throw their shots at Ben Simmons. Well, I got the ball, and I want to make attention and shine a light and throw a shot, if we shall, at Doc Rivers. Because, yeah, the Sixers got a Ben Simmons problem, but they also got a Doc Rivers problem. And the issue with the Doc Rivers problem is the problem that nobody is seeing. Doc Rivers has an NBA record 9 career Game 7 losses. Doc Rivers has 29 losses in series-clinching games, also an NBA record. Doc Rivers has blown an NBA record 11 playoff series when ahead in the series, like he was ahead against the Hawks 2-1. Doc Rivers allowed his team to blow an 18-point lead, followed by a 26-point lead. That has never happened in NBA history, that you have lost consecutive games after holding a lead by 18 or more points. My coach used to always tell me, I am either coaching it or I am letting it happen. And at this point in time, Doc Rivers may be doing both. Keep in mind, Doc Rivers left the Boston Celtics because he did not want to be a part of a rebuild after he only won one NBA championship when starting his new modern era Big Three. Remember the Heat, their modern era Big Three, won 2 championships. The Warriors, their modern era Big Three, won 3 championships. But Doc Rivers, you were first to the table and you only won 1. The last thing I will say is this. Remember Doc Rivers, as we just talked about, he left the Celtics because he did not want to be a part of a rebuild. Over his 7-year stretch with the Clippers, the Celtics went to 3 conference finals. The Clippers went to no conference finals. Doc Rivers leaves the Clippers and they have now appeared in their first conference finals. The Sixers may have a Ben Simmons problem. They also got a Doc Rivers problem.